As men, we're not encouraged to share our feelings as much as I think we should.
Football is not gonna be forever. How are you gonna live your life afterwards, man? That's more important than any game. That's more important than any rep.
We've all gotten beat, we've all lost, we've all ended up in a bad situation. How do y'all recover and respond? And what goes through your mind in that response? Because I feel like that response is the most important part, right?
Our head coach, Coach Joy McGuire, brought in the mindset of what's next. Yeah, you got beat this play, so what's next? You gonna let that one play affect the next 100 plays that's possibly guaranteed or whatever? You're gonna let that one game affect the next game that you got? You're gonna let that one game affect the next season that you got or the off season that you're finna go through? You just have to be mature enough to be like, you know what, I'm gonna learn from it so it don't happen again. If it happens again, learn from it again.
That's the thing though, even to get to that point, you gotta take ownership. Next rep, all right, what did I do wrong? Let's learn from, it's like a game.
When coming in my freshman year, I wasn't really given that example like that. I was kind of like on my own for a little bit, and it was uncomfortable for a while, and it could have set me back had I let it do that mentally for me. And so I told myself, the next group of freshmen come in, like, I can't let that happen to them, man, because some guys can't handle that.
I feel like as upperclassmen, it's our job to help reach back and help them lowerclassmen because we know what it is, we know what it feel like, and it means more when it's us. When you bring in somebody outside of your culture or your program,
there's little trust.
Yeah, it's no trust there. It means more when we're the ones doing it. So I feel just having the support from your teammates can go a long way.
I think the term is toxic masculinity, where men don't want to talk about that stuff because then you're perceived as soft or you're perceived as weak. But, I feel like that, mental health is something that is taking steps in the right direction. I think men have to get over the fact that they don't have to be a brick wall, especially if you are a football player.
I used to be that wall. I would say being vulnerable is the biggest thing I had to learn how to do. Just be completely vulnerable, transparent, just tell people, like, if I got something going on and you ask me, I'm gonna tell you, because you might be able to help.
Yeah, and help, that's the biggest thing. You do not have to be afraid to ask for help in anything.
You can't do it by yourself.
Down to 17 on the play clock. And finds Miller.
I feel like people expect athletes to kind of be brick walls. But I mean, we're human beings, right? So it's the mental health aspect and the mental strength aspect about sports is huge. And I feel like bad things are going to happen in sports. You're going to get beat, you're going to lose, things like that happen. But it's the recovery and it's the bounce back.
You learn a lot from boys and their mindset and everything. Right?
Say everybody unique in their own individual way.
But how we wouldn't have known that if we wouldn't have talked.
If we wouldn't have been vulnerable, we would have been. What's your question? Mental health, we like it. I mean, we got to do something about it. Next question. You know what I'm saying? Like we had.
It could have been cut and dry like that, but nah, like.
It's a lot harder to be vulnerable in front of the camera, because now it's like I'm showing you these scars now.
And it's muffed. Ball rolling around in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Broiles scooped it up.
The clean-cut picture of a male is supposed to be strong, resilient. You suck it up, you do everything, you let the women be more soft, more gentle, and it's kind of hard to express that side of that emotion or just to even let people, really just to be vulnerable and say, yo, man, this is what I'm going through, this is what I'm dealing with, just for the backlash and the fear and the repercussions of what may come. And so I feel like that's probably one of the major reasons why we have mental health issues, not being able to deal with past trauma, past frustration, past pain, until we get to the root of the problem, which is making sure we're teaching these young kids there is no certain right, wrong way of how to act. You're gonna have emotions, you're gonna have ups and downs, okay, but now let's travel these emotions. Let's show you how to take care of these emotions. Instead of saying, oh, you suppress that emotion, but you show this one.
Since we was talking about how important mental health is, scale of 1 to 10, where you at as far as happiness, like right now?
Right now, and like as far as our life and everything.
Where we at?
I'll probably say, we about to go?
I feel like I'm 9, 10.
I'm the happiest I've ever been, but like if you ask me this question at the same time, I should not say.
Yeah.
I was about to say you gotta catch me, like I'm not gonna lie, like if I'm
right
being vulnerable, you gotta catch me in a certain type of like if I'm here right now, you might catch me at a 10. Some might I might be at an 8, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like this, like ain't nobody just I'm just, nah, bro, like everybody's a roller coaster. It's just
because stuff happens in life.
You caught me at a really good time actually, because now I'm actually talking to people about, just we call it sports psych. just about next play.
Yeah, bro.
So now you caught me now. I'm starting to reach out on sports like I'm reading the book.
I think it's inevitable that you're gonna be a roller coaster, but the growth is getting your drop
Yeah,
down
you gotta go
side.
like this.
Yeah.
So where I'm not, maybe when I was younger, I'd drop way down here. Now I'm like this.
We're not born knowing how to do that stuff, so you gotta be man enough to just ask for help and continue to ask for help.
Daniels dropping back and launches a deep ball. He's got a wide open Sam James. Take it to the house.
It's been a stigma, especially around male athletes, that you shouldn't go get help or you shouldn't open up about certain things that you're going through. But everybody needs someone to talk to. You need to be able to open up about those things so you can get the right help so you don't get in a dark place. So just like for athletes, just to get help, like there's nothing wrong with getting help. There's nothing wrong with opening up to people about what you're going through. And so it's very important for athletes now to go and seek help, especially in the world that we're living with social media. People on social media can be a little mean and, it could get to you, and you just need somebody to go talk to and be like, hey, like this is going on, or I seen this, I don't know how I really feel about this and stuff like that. So you just may need some ears to listen to you and stuff, but it's very important to seek help. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but like to me, like at first mental health, I didn't really take it, as a big deal, because I'm like, I'm a man. But like in 2020, we played Kansas. I don't know what happened. I had 3 drops back to back, boom, boom, boom. Like, do I suck or something? You know what I'm saying? And then just like dealing with that and having to go on social media and see everything that people tag me and like, oh my gosh, you suck. Sam James this, Sam James that, like all this. And it kind of got me in a bad place, honestly, because I mean, I'm not the type of person to like listen to all the critics and stuff, but when you constantly seeing that, constantly hearing things like that, it could get to you. It could, mess up your mind. I got in a really bad place. And so like for me, I just had to realize like getting help and just talking to people really was the best thing for me. Like if y'all ever go through anything and y'all feel like, man, they not gonna listen, somebody gonna listen, you know what I'm saying? Even if they don't say nothing, just go talk to them.
I appreciate you sharing that. Man, football's hard. What we do is hard. And I think we take that for granted sometimes because 130 other people do it and you're close to them. Like they're your brothers and you do it with them. And I think that's a key point that I focus on. And like you're saying, like share those feelings like, hey man, I've been in a rough spot, right? At least recently, like I need some help.
It's definitely like something that needs to be talked about more within the locker room. You're superhuman on Saturdays, but those other 6 days, like you are a person too, and it's okay to express yourself. Like I respect you more if you're able to tell me what you're really going through versus just thugging it out, you know what I mean? I respect you more as a person, a human, when you're able to be vulnerable with me, and I feel like that's a talk that's not really had enough in the locker room lately, and hopefully we can change that,
And I really think mental health is big too, like, and I agree, like, people in the locker room should be able to want to share and like talk about what they're going through with their teammates. That's really important to me, and like something I want to do with my team is start like this real player talk thing, and kind of what we're doing now, just give the team a chance, like people a chance to tell their stories or tell their why, or just give people a chance to like just talk about common things. And I feel like that'll be good because that'll make everybody more vulnerable, and it will build more trust with people. Like once you get to know like where I'm from and where I'm coming from, why I act this way, then we'll both have a better understanding for it. Surround yourself with good people. I feel like that's the biggest thing. I know for me, I just try to surround myself with good people all the time because that's what get me through things. And not only that, but making sure you maintain and keep up with your own mental health. I feel like that's very important. Like because I graduated with a psychology degree. That's always been important to me.
You can only push people as far as they trust you. So building that trust to push them harder, push them further, that's good.
Yeah, I think mental health is really important in sports, especially now with social media, like a few of you guys have mentioned. With social media, everything is so much more personable. I feel like you feel the outside weight coming in on you a lot more than maybe what athletes or football players in the past had. So I think it's important to be able to reach out to your teammates or reach out to people who can relate close to you, people like this group who are kind of going through the same things, been in the same position as you, so you can kind of talk it out. And not only do I think that could be like therapeutic or really mentally help somebody, but that also should strengthen your bond between family members, friends, teammates, to just be more productive overall in your relationships, whether you're helping that person or whether you're reaching out to somebody else seeking help.
The difference between like a good and great team is like the trust between the players. Like your team has to be player-led, and in order for it to be player-led, the players have to be able to trust each other.
Football's a game. It's what we do, not who we are, and it's something that takes up a lot of our time. So it's easy to identify with it, but that's not who we are.
I agree. That's a big problem. Like people don't really know like who they are, like or really know their why. That's what I struggled with for a while, like when I was younger in college, because I always thought like it's either NFL or nothing. But like as I got older and like started to realize like I'm more than just a football player, and they got more out there than just football, and football is a tool to get to a whole lot more places in life. I just gotta keep using this as much as I could, and a lot more doors gonna open up just from playing ball.
Your whole collegiate career is like a learning experience, coming in with an open mind that you're going to come in and learn stuff, not just come in and be like, oh, it's NFL or nothing for me, which I feel like a lot of guys are kind of processing through, or they kind of learn throughout the way.
I think it's something that a lot of us take for granted, man. This is a blessing. We are at Division I Power 5 schools to get an education, but playing football, and that so many people love, and so many people like cherish those moments on Saturdays, that, man, you got to take advantage of it.
There's times where you have to step back and be like, wow, like I'm really in a very blessed position to be in, you know? And like there's very few places in the world where you can bring 130 guys from every walk of life and put them in a melting pot and it works, you know? And I've got to see every other demographic besides my own. It's really expanded my way of thinking, you know. The sport really breaks a lot of social barriers that we have in this world right now, and it's really a cool thing to see.